How's it going again, Mullen fans? I hope you're all doing really well. So you're in for a little bit of a treat, as I've kind of going to give you guys a little bit of a chart to look at, so I'll put that on the screen now. Now, the reason I've got the chart up is someone asked me to have a look at where I think Mullen's going in the coming days. Now, obviously, the big thing with the stock is that, we're trying to stay above the $1 mark, which it looks like we're going to comfortably do. But the trend that people are kind of talking a little bit about here is that if you look at the trend lines I've drawn on here, that we are actually seeing a bit of a wedge pattern form in the stock. Now, what that can indicate is when the stock kind of converges at that point is we can possibly see some sort of breakout either in the upward or downward direction for the stock. So it's an interesting situation because it means we could see a bit of a rally or a sell-off. Not that technicals ever show us exactly what's going to happen, but it's something that people do look for in trading patterns. Anyway, so it looks like that we could have a conversion point either Thursday or Friday, based on this half-hour chart of around the $13.05 mark. If you look at the recent highs and low points that the stock's been trading at. Now the good thing is that we've got the lows have actually been getting a bit higher, so that's actually a good thing longer term for the stock. It makes me think that if there is to be any sort of breakout, it could be in the upward direction, because we're kind of, posting higher lows, and, our highs that we've posted have been kind of a similar height. Now, does that mean the stock's going to run up to around the $17 mark again? I actually can't say. But, I think, given the spate of good news that has been coming for MULN Automotive recently, there is the possibility that we could have a breakout above the back to the $17 mark, at least temporarily. Now, I've put a second upward trend line here, which kind of overshoots that $13.05 mark, just to make a point. And this is something about technicals when you do analysis with charts and stuff. Obviously, there's no real science to it. It's a bit of like just looking for trends. But depending on where you draw your lines from the high points, you'll see that we've either got a conversion coming very closely, or it's actually obviously some time off in the distance. And, my gut feeling is that it's probably going to be sometime in the distance. We're kind of seeing a bit of a choppy time for MULN Automotive as it's trying to get back to, NASDAQ compliance and stuff. So it is going to be a bit choppy, and, I don't think we can really read too much into the technicals. But this upward trend line does kind of give some support to that theory, I suppose. Yeah. Anyway, that was just some quick little analysis of a little chart I drew up for you guys to have a look at. In terms of where it could break out to, as I was saying, like if it goes high, we could go as high as the $17 mark. Low points, obviously the low point we've hit recently is around the $8 to $10 range. But, the positive news that has been coming out for the company, and the fact that we're kind of seeing higher lows posted, sort of suggests that if there is to be any breakout, it's likely to be in the upward direction. But yeah, just a couple of thoughts. Chart analysis, anything any sort of YouTuber talks about shouldn't be considered investing advice, just kind of opinions on what they think is happening. Anyway, so let me know your thoughts on the trading patterns with MULN Automotive. Do you think this is indicative of coming breakout? And if so, do you think it's going to be bullish or bearish? Share it in the comments below. I always love to hear from you guys. Till next time, everyone, may the markets trade in your favor. Cheers.